best Ultimate Edition figure ever. Today we're going to be reviewing this Ultimate Edition Amazon exclusive Cody Rhodes figure.
Yeah, this SummerSlam PLE Cody Rhodes. This thing is epic, and it has an insanely special story behind this gear, which we will get into that later. What do you say we go ahead and take a look at this beautiful box?
Yeah. Starting off with the box, it has this mainly black
Border, kind of.
Yeah, border, which normally, whenever it's black, that means that it is a Amazon exclusive.
At least we've been led to believe that. Any Amazon exclusive Ultimate Editions we got definitely has that black trim around it.
You got this big open window where you can see the figure and all the accessories, which we'll be getting here to in a moment. Up on the top, you got this text that reads The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, and on the bottom of the box, you got this Ultimate Edition logo.
And you can see right here, made by the folks at Mattel. And what do we got here as far as the top of the box goes?
It has text saying Rhodes with the Ultimate Edition logo on the front. Moving on to the other side, you got some more text that says The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes with the Ultimate Edition logo right there.
And if you look underneath right here, you can see that SummerSlam logo.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that?
No, I didn't. Spinning on around in the back, you got this beautiful action shot of the figure in all of its glory. And moving on down here, you got this picture of Cody Rhodes from whenever he defeated Solo Sikoa at SummerSlam 2023.
2024.
2024.
Someone's not up on the WWE history. No, I'm joking. And there's your nice little read up right there on the back. Got some Cody stats off to the left hand side.
Moving on to the final side of the box, you got this promo picture of Cody Rhodes himself. But if you notice that this is not actually the same jacket that he's wearing inside of the figure itself.
It's not even the same color. That's
yeah.
Very rarely does something like that happen.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Well, dude, let's go ahead. Let this thing breathe. Let's see what it looks like suited up.
This Amazon exclusive Cody Rhodes has officially been unboxed, so let's go ahead and hop into the accessories. Let's start off first with the least exciting thing, the interchangeable hands. You got these balled up punching fisted hands and some woe hands with the hands that come on the figure are the mic holding hands.
Nothing new there, something that we have an abundant amount of here in this house. How many sets of interchangeable hands do you have at your home? Make sure to comment down below and let us know.
Moving on to the Universal title, you got these American Nightmare side plates with Cody Rhodes' logo. And this is actually our second Universal title that we have of Cody's.
Well, not actually, yes. It's the second ones that Mattel has made up.
On to the head sculpts, you got the regular smiling Cody Rhodes head scan. Nothing that we haven't seen before. Same with the head scan on the figure itself, the more serious Cody Rhodes face. But one thing that I cannot believe that they left out is the screaming woe hands, or whoa head.
100%. Seems like we have gotten that head scan so many times.
Yeah.
It seems like it almost comes with every Cody figure.
It seems so weird not having it.
Well, here's the thing. You got more than enough that you can swap one of these heads out with. And what else we got?
We got this really, really cool mask, which we've also seen it before, but it's got more of these wings on the side.
More wings on
the side. Or more big wings on the side than the last ones. You got these actually sharp spikes.
Those things are legit sharp. That is no joke. I was not expecting whenever you got the Ultimate Edition Mattel Creations 2-pack, I was not expecting that that helmet to be as sharp as it was, but
poked my finger really hard when we got that.
Hey, is the color a little bit different?
Yeah.
This one, do you or?
Yeah, it's more shiny. Same with the title too.
It looks more kind of like brassy. Let's see if we got the other. See if we got the other helmet sitting right here. We'll compare it. On the left, you'll see this is the new Amazon exclusive. the SummerSlam PLE mask, a little bit of a lighter color in here. Which one is this, Ryder? Is this the
bad blood? Just the back of the mask.
The back, what's the back of the mask? Oh, the strap?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I forgot all about that. And we have somehow misplaced the WrestleMania 40 mask. It's around here somewhere, but we at least did get this one out so we can compare a little bit. Do you notice any more differences on these?
This one seems a little bit more small, but this one seems a little bit more small because it seems like that you can't fit the head in it.
Yeah, I've noticed you having a hard time putting that helmet on Cody's head whenever you dress him up in the entrance gear.
On to the entrance gear, you got this blue, red, and gold jacket, the soft goods jacket. And it feels kind of like a weirdish material in a way.
It feels a little silky.
Yeah.
A little bit softer than what I think we were anticipating on it.
But something that I noticed that weighs this down a lot is these plastic little wing things.
It's got these weird, like shoulder pads, kinda. I don't know if you can tell just by looking at the video, but check it out. If I can get a focus on there, maybe now you can get a better look. Those things definitely carry a little bit of weight on them. Go ahead.
There's also these stars on the side, which actually look pretty cool, and there's a lot more stars.
Yeah, that thing is very highly detailed, as normally most of Cody's robes are. I'm sure, though, there's going to be someone that reviews this and starts complaining and saying, well, you know, all they did was just print everything out on that.
Yeah.
No, of course, never happy with what they did. Well, we will suit this Cody Rhodes up here in just a moment, but let's go ahead and take a look at the figure, since the jacket will obviously cover up a lot of the figure.
I'm going to skim back over the head scan again. Of course, like I said, there's this serious Cody Rhodes looking head scan.
It's like he's got a dip in. Like he's chewing some chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
In a way.
And one thing that I noticed is that the neck tattoo is
completely hidden.
Yeah.
Underneath the head scan.
It's really weird.
But you know what? At least it's not in two separate pieces.
Yeah.
On the figure. Because that is also annoying. That right there, the way they did this, is a little bit less annoying.
Or like the whole tattoo being like up here or something.
Yeah, let's see what it looks like on the other head scan. Let's see if we got any of the tattoo there. Nope, we sure don't. I wonder if they're finally starting to get that formula down a little bit.
If you're not quite sure on how the interchangeable heads work, this is how. So you kind of got to twist them off a little bit, but with a little bit of force. But don't do it.
You got that peg right there too. And hey, wait, why you got that off? Let's look at that American Nightmare tattoo on the neck.
It's a little bit small.
Definitely a little small, as you can see. But again, dude, I think it beats the heck out of having that tattoo in two different pieces.
Yeah, that's horrible whenever they do that. So how you do this is you kind of got to connect this peg or this hole with this peg. Then you got to twist it on with a teeny tiny little bit of force, but make sure that you're careful so the peg doesn't break off. Now the head is on, and you got the smiling Cody Rhodes head scan. Again, like I said, that you get this one a fair share of times.
In the other Cody figures?
Yeah, and other Cody figures.
Yeah, we ain't got an updated Cody head scan in a while.
Yeah, it's been a whole while.
It's been a whole minute.
Yeah.
What you got for the chest on them?
You got a little bit of chest hair on the top, and you got the chest tattoo saying Dream.
And of course, the new updated Ultimate Edition formula for the torso right there. Spin around. Let's let everyone see the butterfly joints in the back. And wasn't it you, Ryder, that was saying that those butterfly joints, you like them, but they just kind of still seem weird?
Yeah, they still seem really weird. It seems like that whenever you're playing with the figures, the butterfly joints just make the fist stay up here the whole time. If you're like trying to throw a punch or something, then it connects, boom, it's just up here for the rest of the match.
At least them butterfly joints allow you that articulation to
Yep.
do something like that.
Yeah. Moving on to the wrist tape, you got Cody in his taped up right hand, which I've been noticing them going on and off with this. Sometimes it has wrist tape above the hand, like right there.
I have never noticed that.
Yeah, sometimes in a couple other figures, they have it a little bit over.
Over. Okay, I see what you're saying. Well, maybe the paint application got applied just a little bit too high. Maybe it's a mistake and not a running thing there. And in case you're wondering, the interchangeable hands work in a very similar way
to the head.
But how you do that? Go ahead and show them.
Is it got to twist it off still with a little bit of, kind of bit of force.
Got a little bit of oomph, and as you'll see here, these have a little, watch out, and
They have a little peg in them.
There it is, there's the peg. You just take that peg right there and you insert it into the hole on the figure itself. Again, be very careful. You do not want to break that peg off.
And I would recommend twisting the hand instead of the figure, because if you're twisting the figure, it might
loosen up the joints.
Yeah,
really
loosen
bad.
up the joints really bad. For the gear, you got some red, white, blue, and gold. The same color scheme as the entrance jacket, with some red on the waistband and gold on the outline. On the back, you can actually see that it is a red eagle looking thing.
Dude, this thing has got a lot of gold in it, but I feel like it really pops.
Yeah.
I think that Mattel done a fantastic job. You also got some stars right there.
On the sides.
On the sides as well.
On the boots, you got the signature American Nightmare print on the side of his boots. One thing that I noticed is that on the inside, there's these little buckles. So there's these little dots.
I see that. That is
kind of weird.
Extremely odd. I noticed that whenever you were pulling this thing out of the box and was wondering, what in the world is this? What is this supposed to be? You see the buckles on Cody's right leg. You can see them in there, but I don't know what them dots are supposed to be. That's super weird.
It's supposed to be the buckles. That's what it's supposed to be.
Maybe it is. Maybe you figured it out.
Because you can see the little straps. That's supposed to buckle it in.
That actually makes a lot of sense, because I know Cody definitely has those big straps right there on his boots. So yeah, that's probably what that is.
There is a whole bunch of detail on this figure.
Before we get this thing suited up and you get to tell why this figure is so special to you, show our friends watching how the articulation works here on these Ultimate Edition figures.
The head can do a full 360 with no problem. There is the butterfly joints that makes it articulate more better. And
more gooder.
Yeah, more gooder. On the ab crunch, you got this triangle type thing, and articulates
pretty well.
Yeah, pretty well.
Hey, don't forget about the elbows. How much the elbows bend in and out. Those elbows go back a very, very long
whole
way.
lot. On to the legs and everything. You also have the double jointed knees, and boots can do a full 360. Same with the
waist.
Same with the waist. Kind of, but I wouldn't recommend that. Legs, they can, this little weird part makes it bend.
Like the thigh?
Yeah, it makes the thigh bend.
And you got this toe articulation
I forgot
on
about
the
that.
boot, in case you're having any trouble posing the figures.
They finally did it to where it doesn't just go up and then, they
where
made
where it bends down?
Yeah, they made it where both of them bend down and both of them bend up now.
That is awesome. We've been needing that here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, let's get this Cody suited up to make his entrance at SummerSlam 2024 with the American Nightmare SummerSlam 2024 Ultimate Edition unboxed, and with all the entrance gear and all the bells and whistles on it. What do you think of it, dude?
This is so incredibly cool. This just looks so cool.
They knocked it out of the park with this one, especially with the gold. The way that the gold pops on this figure, they've done a fantastic job.
Yeah.
You know, the neck tattoo isn't so much in shambles on this figure. And
it's better.
Yeah, it's better. Like I said, I didn't say it was perfect.
Yeah.
But it's definitely better. And one thing real quick about putting on this Cody mask, what you want to do is take the Cody head off and then slide the mask on, because it's extremely tough to put on that mask while it is on the figure. You see, it fits right around the back of the figure's head right there. It is a little stretchy, so if you do experience a little bit of pushback from the mask, just take the head scan off. At the beginning of this video, we were talking about how this gear right here reminds us of a very special time. And no, not only talking about SummerSlam 2024, but rather something else happened in October 2024 of that year. And what was that?
Whenever I got into the ring with Cody Rhodes and he gave me his weight belt, and here's some pictures.
Minus the mask from that very night in Greenville, South Carolina. There you go. You have the Cody Rhodes dark match gear that he also wore later on that year at SmackDown. Super cool. Ryder and I like to have had a cow whenever we noticed that that was the gear that we were getting on this Ultimate Edition figure right here. Very cool. Cannot believe that that is now the second Cody figure that they have made with the gear that he had on one of the times you met him. For the sake of a little comparison, here's every single Cody Rhodes Ultimate Edition that we've gotten so far, starting with the Mattel Creations WrestleMania 38, WrestleMania 39, WrestleMania 40, Bad Blood, and the SummerSlam / Greenville, South Carolina Ultimate Edition. Ryder, which one is your favorite?
Isn't it just pretty obvious?
Well, I didn't know. I mean, I have to ask. I mean, WrestleMania 40. Correct me if I'm wrong here. That's a pretty special event, especially for any Cody fan.
Yeah.
But also,
one's a personal experience. One's a
yeah. I understand that. So this Cody right here, the SummerSlam Ultimate Edition, definitely your favorite. Then I'll say probably this Cody Rhodes right here, this WrestleMania 40 is your second. If you want to know what's so special about that WrestleMania 40, that 2-pack with his wife Brandy, if you want to know what's so special about that figure, make sure to click on the video on the screen right now to see why. We thank you all so much for joining us and for hanging out with us. And we will see you guys next time. We love y'all. That's it for me, Ryder.
bye.